What's up, Falcon fans? Anthony Romo here with another edition of our player profiles here at the Austintown Fitch Falcon football team. Here from Sam's Wedge Inn in Austintown. We'd like to thank Sam's Wedge Inn for helping promote Austintown Fitch football all season long. Today, I'm glad to be joined with one of the most highly touted prospects here in the state of Ohio, Brian Robinson. Brian, thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
So let's get the elephant out of the room real quick. 34 Division I offers coming into tonight. And I see the smile on your face. I know the passion that you have for football. Some of the biggest schools in the country have come your way. Georgia, Texas A&M, Notre Dame, Washington. USC was the most recent, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Just to go down a long list. How does that make you feel to be able to get this type of recognition only in your junior season?
I mean, first, I want to thank God because without him, none of this is possible.
Of course.
And getting it early because my dad told me it was going to happen. But I didn't believe him at the beginning. And when he told me, I'm like, okay, we'll see. And now that it's all coming together and I'm getting these offers, I'm like, I said, man, this is great. This is getting recruitment. I'm like, now I get to open it up for my teammates. I said, because when a scout comes to see me, I said, y'all got to ball out. I said, I'm trying to get y'all on these recruiting bases too. I said, I'm trying to get y'all to game day visits with me as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely a team player, which we love, and we're so happy that you're able to help represent Austintown the way that you have through multiple recruiting visits and whatever that may be. The team has played really well this season.
Yes, sir.
Only one loss on the season heading into Week 12. You guys are 10-1, facing a very tough opponent this week in Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. Before we touch into that, I want to go back to last week's matchup against Mayfield. How does it feel as a player? It has to make you a little bit more hyped up when you're not only able to play in the playoffs, but able to play on your home field. Does that make you guys a little bit more excited going into it?
Yes, sir. There's a lot more energy. Our seniors get another game on their home field, their last time maybe. But we got another one up this upcoming week. You got the energy, your atmosphere, your community coming. Everybody supporting you.
That's true. It'll be a big game this week, that's for sure. When we look at it from a statistical standpoint, you've done a great job. You almost lead the Falcons in like almost every tackles for loss, sacks. You've done a great job getting in the backfield. And I was talking to Xavier Dawn last week or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember, and I was saying how you guys form arguably one of the most intimidating defensive end duos in Northeast Ohio. Just talk about the bond that you two guys have. It seems like you guys are great friends off the field and on.
Yes, sir. Say after school, we hitting the body shop, hitting the gym, getting arms. We hit legs today.
We always got to keep the legs up.
Yes, sir. I mean, Xavier a great dude. He a dog. I'm happy he on the other side with me. And then we also got Fitzgerald in the middle, which he another dog. So when he plug up that middle, and then we got our backers, Kylan Foster, Latone, and then Devin Phillips, and they handle their business. And then Jay Sean Barrett, we just execute.
Yeah, definitely from top to bottom. I think that you guys have one of the top defenses, not only in Northeast Ohio, in the state, and for good reason. You guys have shown it on the field this season. You've played so well against some very tough opponents. I want to go back to Week 1 against Foothill real quick. A lot of hype going into that matchup, playing a school from across the country that came here into Northeast Ohio. To not only be able to beat a team like that, but in the way you did in a commanding fashion, how did that feel to represent Northeast Ohio on the football field?
Oh, it felt great. Energy was high. Stakes was high with our team. We're like, oh, we're going national. We're like, we're going to make our mark. I said, this is our time.
And you guys showed out.
Yes,
you guys showed out for sure. And then to stay on that Foothill game, from that week to now, what do you think is the biggest thing you've learned as a football player?
Just communication with your team. We just got better with communicating, getting the play calls in, and just trusting each other. You got to trust. If you trust your players to do their job, you will succeed.
Sky's the limit.
Yes, sir.
You guys have really performed, like I said, against a lot of tough competition this year. And there have been a lot of moments this season, I'll say in particular. You go back to the Urson game, a big win against a really good team. You go to the Wadsworth game, 4 overtime victory. You guys have played some other out-of-state opponents. To you, up to this point, what has been your favorite moment from this 2022 season?
Just sharing the moment with my guys.
Okay.
The smiles after that victory, it's amazing.
There's nothing like it.
We go join our band.
Yeah.
Sing the Fitch fighting song, and then go home, eat pizza, hang out.
And I can tell that's always a special moment for you guys. I've been able to cover a few games this year. I covered the Foothill game, and I covered the Urson game as well as the Massillon game. But that first game against Foothill, when I went down on the field to do my interviews and I saw everyone join around the band and everyone's down there with fight songs being played, I could see a lot of camaraderie around the whole student body.
Yes,
Just
sir.
talk a little bit about how close everyone at Austintown Fitch really is.
Oh, very. The student section to the dance line, cheerleaders, even if like the parents, everybody is. We got our photographer, Miss Lisa John. I got my own personal photographer, Todd, and then I mean it's like it's a true family. It is.
That has to be a really cool feeling week in, week out. Well, back to this week, you guys, like you said, able to enjoy another home game on your home field at Greenwood Falcon Stadium against Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. That's a team that has a lot of really good prospects on their team. They're a very good, sound football team. What have you guys kind of been seeing on film so far this week that poses some threats from St. Vincent St. Mary's?
I mean, they're a good team. They might be heavy run. They got some athletes on their team, but Coach Parker preparing us to, go out there and be victorious.
Yeah, we were just talking to Coach Parker, and he could not say enough about all the guys on this team, how well you guys prepared during the week, and then you kind of go out and let it all out on Friday nights. Talk about how crucial focusing in practice is and how much that translates onto the football field on Friday nights.
This is a very crucial moment because not every team makes it to playoffs. And we're in the second round. We're going against the top Division II school, which isn't light. And then after hopefully we be victorious this week, we're going to Akron Hoban.
And that's a team that you guys played against last year in the playoffs, and I'm sure that left a tough taste in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll go back to that game real quick. That was your sophomore season.
Yes, sir.
What did the team do in the offseason after that loss to help prepare themselves for this season? Like, was there an extra added urgency coming off a tough loss like that going into offseason lifting?
Yes, sir, definitely. We still got a chip on our shoulders. That's why we go so hard in the gym every day. There's no letting up. There's no mercy.
Of course, and that's a great thing to hear. And I'm sure that's a team that maybe for the most part, people want St. V's to win because they want that holy war again. But, of course, here at YSN, we want the Falcons to be able to win and go get your revenge and your redemption against Hoban in the next week. Of course, if they win, anything can happen on the football field. They still have to play their game, and they still have to win. But this Friday night, 7 o'clock against St. Vincent St. Mary's. Brian, this is like how we end all our interviews at YSN. A little bit of rapid fire, some quick questions, no wrong answers. Let's get it started right here. What made you fall in love with the sport of football?
Man.
Oh, I just put him on the spot. I just put you on the spot.
Growing up, I'm a Cowboys fan. So growing up watching them, because I started as a quarterback. So I watched Tony Romo. That was my guy.
That's a great last name. My last name's Romo, so I can go with that a little bit.
Just watching him. So I was a quarterback my freshman year, and then I transferred to DN my sophomore year. So then doing that, and then Parsons at Penn State, I just watched him. I'm like, man, that can be me. I said, Parsons look good.
Yeah.
And then he went to my favorite team, which is also his family's favorite team, the Cowboys. I'm like, oh, yeah. I said, that's the guy.
Yeah, Micah Parsons, one of the best linebackers in the NFL already, and he's just getting started in the league. He has a lot of improving to do.
Yes, sir.
That'll definitely be a fun career to watch
and then
down the road.
Julius Peppers.
That's another guy that game wrecker.
Yes,
we like to use the term game wrecker. He's definitely one of those. So I was going to say who's your favorite NFL player, but I think I know your favorite NFL player currently in Micah Parsons.
Yes, sir.
What made you fall in love with the Dallas Cowboys at a young age?
Ooh. Man.
Your family like the Cowboys?
Yes, sir. It's a family thing, really.
Okay, that's fair.
It's a family thing.
Okay, so Friday night when you're getting ready for the game, is Brian Robinson, are you a music guy in the locker room? You like listening to music, or are you kind of one of the guys that likes to stay calm and just get himself in the right mindset?
Music.
Music?
I'm a music guy.
What are you listening to?
Polo G.
Okay.
Drake.
I like Polo G. I'm a big Polo G guy. He's supposedly coming out with an album soon, but I don't know when that's coming. He's been promoting it for a long time, but we're still waiting for it.
Oh, yeah.
Usually a question that we ask is favorite college football team. Now, you talking to a lot of schools right now, so we won't make you say anything you don't want to. When you were growing up, what was kind of your first favorite college football team as a young kid that you like to watch? Was there any?
Ohio State.
Ohio State?
Yes, sir.
And the Buckeyes, their defensive end last week, JTT, had one of the best performances, I think, ever at Ohio State. 2 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, a touchdown. He can really change the game. And I really think that you can change the game too. I hope Ohio State, I know you haven't offered yet, but for my sake, you need to offer this guy so I can keep watching him every Saturday at the collegiate level. The Buckeyes would definitely fare off better, I think, if you were on their team. But wherever you want to go, we'll be happy with here at YSN.
See, I'm thankful for this college recruitment because
not everyone gets to witness that.
Yes, sir.
And I'll ask you this. A lot of people see it from just the perspective of the big teams coming and a lot of fun. It has to be a stressful process for you to have to talk to so many coaches and go to so many places. Is there a level of stress that kind of comes upon you when you have to consider all these schools at one time?
Well, mainly I'm just focused on the season right now.
Okay.
My dad's like my manager, so
that's fair. That's fair.
That. Still call the coach, just stay in contact with him.
That's a great thing that you can have a family that backs you up like your dad does. Obviously a big part of your life, I bet.
Yes, sir.
So now before we head off, let's go to the academic side of things. What's one teacher at Fitch you want to shout out, and what's one favorite class you have at Fitch?
I love all my teachers.
Okay.
I'm gonna shout out. We'll shout out my graphic design teacher, Miss Janice.
Okay. Shout out you. Is there a favorite class or is it graphic design?
I don't really got a.
You don't have
class.
one? Okay. Well, Brian, thanks for joining us here tonight at Sam's Wedge Inn, and good luck Friday night against the Fighting Irish.
Yes, sir. Thank you.